this time, we have defensive lineman Hammond Russell IV. Questions for Hammond, Greg?
So Hammond, just start with your spring. Obviously, you'd played before, but how do you feel you did this spring? How did you improve?
I feel like I did pretty good. There was a lot of things that from the first day to now where I had to get better at, especially like getting used to the tempo of the offense and how fast the offense moves. I do think, and then also had to get used to the new techniques that I had to use.
You talk about that.
Yeah.
What were some of those new techniques? What were some things they're asking you to do?
The defense is a little different, so I had to adjust. It was more like attacking the block, like, so we weren't reading and reacting.
More attacking.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What is it like playing against a tempo offense?
It's a little different than playing against a slower offense because you have to get your calls, you have to get aligned, and you have to also still do your job and understand, like, they're going to move fast, but it can hurt. I feel like it can hurt the offense and it can also help the offense.
You mentioned attacking. Responsibilities pretty similar to what you're doing before?
Oh, yes, sir.
Lots of new pieces on this defense, transfers coming in, things like that. How did it all fit? How do you think this defense came together this spring?
I think as practice went on, everyone started to learn how everyone plays, and I think that the defense came together really good, and everyone started to make plays like fairly quickly.
Look up and realize you're one of the more veteran players on this team. I mean, it goes quick sometimes. How does that feel?
I learned that during winter workouts, and I was just looking around like I'm really one of the older guys. Like, it's crazy. It's been there for a minute, and went from a young guy to an older guy now. It's a little different.
With that said, do you have to provide a leadership to some of the other younger guys? And there's true freshmen in there now. Do you have to talk to them, tell them some of the things?
I try to help out the freshmen as much as I can, because it was new for, like, the whole coaching staff thing was new for everybody. So once I learned it quicker than a freshman would, because they're still young. But once I learned it, I started to help the freshmen out, and also Edward started to help out the freshmen in the signing. So it was good to have help, everyone just helping each other.
You guys do bring back a decent amount of pieces on the defensive line compared to some of the other position groups. You've got yourself, Asani, Edward, as you mentioned. How does that help going into the spring practice and then further on into the fall to have that kind of core built between you guys all returning?
I feel like that helps because we were really we're all really close, and we know we can help the younger guys to know what they expect from the coaches when we learn fairly quickly. So once we learned it, we were able to help the younger guys adapt, and you started to things be more smooth.
Seems like every defensive coach that gets up there we talk to says communication. Communication. Why is that? As a player, why does that seem to always be such a focal point for defensive coaches to talk about that?
Communicate. I say it's a focal point because if you don't communicate, like, say if we're calling a play and I didn't see the call or my buddy didn't see the call, well then now he doesn't know what to do. But if we all communicate, now everyone can be on the same page and we're all moving fast.
Why does it always seem to be such an issue with teams? Why can't guys just get out there and say, hey, this is what we do? This is, the willingness to be able to communicate, I guess, as a player.
I would say is because they're so focused on their job, on what they have to do, so they forget to communicate. It's not that they don't want to or anything like that. They just forget because they're so locked in on their job and trying to focus. And because offenses move a lot, so they're trying to focus on what they have to do, and they forget sometimes.
Now that the spring showcase is over, what's your plan the rest of the offseason until you get back to fall camp, especially as a leader of the team as you're talking about? What do you expect to do? Maybe what are you trying to tell younger guys, here's what I would recommend you're doing?
What I'm trying to do is get stronger, get in shape more, because I did like going through the spring, you've seen a few where I was tired, so definitely getting more shape, I would what I would recommend to younger guys is they have to get in shape. Read the play. I'm going to go over the playbook, things like that.
You enjoy today? I mean, fans in the stands, you get a little bit of that. Not the same as in the fall, but still playing in front of a crowd. What's that like?
I like it. It's more fun. I feel like everyone even plays a little bit more plays a little bit harder, try to impress the fans. So it was fun.
Your family come over from Columbus? You had anybody around?
My mom, my dad, my brothers, my sister, yeah.
Say more tackling than in the past and thud, stuff like that, more full go. How would you characterize the spring practices this spring?
Hold on, say that one more time, please.
Was there more full go, full pads, more tackling, thud? How would you characterize it the past spring practices?
I would say it was almost the same.
About the same.
It was almost the same. Yeah.
In terms of that, do you feel any different physically leaving this one?
I wouldn't say that. I'll say they both took they're both tiring and painful a little bit.
Now that the spring showcase is over, spring practices are over, is there kind of a message or mentality that if you had to describe what this team, going into this fall, what you and your teammates have heading into this coming season, what would that be?
If there was you said if there was a message.
A message or a mentality you feel like you've developed through these spring practices?
I would say you got to have a hard edge. You got to be willing to dominate your opponent every play and play harder than your opponent every play. I will say that. We're going to attack you. I will say we're going to attack you every play, no matter what.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.